packing up, stripping the bed. We're out of here after 4 nights. We've really enjoyed our stay here at the Happy Nomad Hiker Hostel. And just a quick tour. Good morning breakfast. We have been waiting for this, thinking, thank God we're not carrying 40 pounds on our back because we'll be carrying 40 pounds in our belly. Looks fantastic. So we just dropped a car off at Tanyard Gap. It is now 12 o'clock and we've got an 8.9 hike ahead of us.
But we're so fast that's not a problem. We should be done by tomorrow.
That's hilarious. The funny thing is we thought we'd stop and get breakfast, and
so did everybody else.
It was a horrific wait to get a table, and then a horrific wait to get the food. So we are getting a late start. I stopped by the library, upload a video, because it's the only place in town that has Wi-Fi that would even upload a video. So I visited that quite often the last couple days. And now we've got to drive out to Allen Gap, and we're going to hike it southbound, fishing all over here, fly fishermen, because that way then we come back to the car and it just works better that way instead of driving out and then driving back and then driving back and forth. So anyways, we saw a lot of the hikers we've already met. A woman is hiking with her 4 sons. They're what, 13, 12, 11, and 10?
I think that's right, yeah.
And they are cool as heck. And some other people that we've seen here and there are hiking either in or out today. So we're sure to pass a lot of them. And so this is the latest we've ever started our hike, and it's not going to be easy on a full stomach, but we're happy we're not carrying our packs. Right?
Right. Now tomorrow we are kind of watching the weather. We may have rain. So we may duck out. We're an hour and a half from home. We may run home for a day, check on everything and everybody. We'll have to see. We're going to look at it at the end of the day today. Let you know if we're going to zero tomorrow or Nero or get wet. One of the two.
Or get wet. It's the other option, right? Okay, so thanks for joining us. We'll be sure to share our travels. Thanks.
So we could park down there if you'd rather.
We're just gonna road walk down to the trail entrance because there's very little parking down here. But it looks like somebody might be setting up for trail magic. We are gonna be hiking southbound today from Allen Gap, which is where that car is down there. And so, pretty exciting. We're gonna be passing people we know. And it's later than we've ever started. It's 12:20.
But we feel amazing. Absolutely amazing this morning. Gorgeous day.
Yeah. We're in a gap, so we're going to have to climb out. So you're probably not going to hear anything but huffing and puffing or some music to cover it up. Yep. Because we're hiking southbound. It says Tanyard Gap, 8.9 miles. Here we go. So this is the top of our climb, we think, because we see daylight. But we've been climbing for 40 minutes and we're out of breath. Because we're going southbound, we're going to be passing a lot of people, so my only goal was to be ahead of the first climb so we're not out of breath when we start meeting people.
What she's saying is she doesn't want to see anyone but all of you see her how heavy she's breathing. But now that you all know, you can tell everybody else.
Oh my gosh. I could say some dirty words, but I won't.
It's steep. It's steep. There's no shame in breathing heavy on something this long, this steep. It's all right. We'll get there.
It's not the top.
Nope.
Shoot. So this is our friend Tanyard, and we gave her trail name. And what is it?
T-Heart.
And why is it T-Heart?
Because I pick up rock hearts.
She does.
And she has a big heart.
She does, and she sends them home. She carries them for days and then sends them home.
She pays thousands of dollars to send heart rocks home. And she carries 40 pounds of heart rocks.
Does not. This is the quickest short zigzags switchbacks I've ever seen. And we're still climbing. Cheryl.
Let me remind you, it's always steeper than it looks on camera. Picnic table.
Here comes somebody out of the woods. We probably call him going to the bathroom. Well, his privy was for sure. If we're in Tennessee, there's no privies.
They don't take it.
Beer tables to our left, and a really tiny shelter straight ahead.
Stay for it.
Yep.
So Cheryl stayed at the mountain. It's a long climb up and down. I'm down here getting water from this pipe. I just filled up my CNOC bag and I'm going to filter it into this water bottle and then take her a full bag up so she can do hers up there. I don't know how I could videotape this, so I'm going to try. We don't know what we'll get, right? Feels good to sit. Oh my gosh. It's been climbing all day long. I know we're not lazy because we're out here doing this. It's a lot of hard work. But when you're overweight, and you're carrying that weight, there you go. Just gotta have a slight vacuum to make it work. There we go. And this water's so cold. It's really nice. It's been a nice climb out of here. I'm winded most of the time while I hike out. So I'm glad Cheryl gets some rest a little bit up there. So this water bottle is about 2 pounds of water, and taking a bag full back up to her is nice. I can do that. And I can see that more than one bottle can be filled with this. So I'm going to drink some. It's so nice. We were out of water. We knew we could get some water, so we were trying to drink up so we could get fresh water. She's way up there, and I came all the way down here to that white pipe. Now to hike back up. Water and bottled water. I think we're above all the other ridge lines around here. See how we're not looking up at them? We've been climbing all day long. 3 gaps to go through, so we have some ups and downs. About 5 miles left. Let's make it count. This roller coaster of ups and downs has been amazingly difficult. At the same time, you know, just trying to plug away and get through them. But it's like every turn is either up or down. And we're just booking Cheryl's speed goat today. Unbelievable. Don't adjust your television. This is her actual speed today. All kinds of animals have shoved stuff up in that trunk to make a nest. Isn't that kind of cool? Okay, I've got to get back to get my head in the game. It's not uncommon for the Appalachian Trail to go against different property lines for, you know, private lots, or they have family plots or grave sites on land. So it's interesting to see how they just put them where they put them. I mean, that person was buried in 1990 up here. There's nothing around here. I'm not even sure how they would have gotten that headstone up here. Not even a road nearby. But we'll pass several graves. Sometimes they're children. Sometimes there are lots of people of one family. They're not typically commercial cemeteries. More so individual family plots on family land that the AT runs through. I'm out of breath. I ran up to Cheryl because I was talking to that hiker and I haven't caught my breath yet. Right? Cherokee Wildlife Management Area, Cherokee National Forest, and the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. Back in the woods we go. Raining just a little bit south of Hurricane Gap. We've got about 3.5 miles left to go. Hoping the rain goes around us. We don't have to be in it much longer. But again, I just said it started, so who knows how long it's going to rain. I think it predicted a half an hour. So we were in a rain shower for about an hour, and now it's stopped. There was some thunder and lightning. I think that it was at least 5 to 10 miles away from us. It wasn't close. Did you?
It was not close at
No.
all. But we got damp, we got wet. Sun's out now, and we've got a couple miles left. We'll be glad to be done, and you know, chill out a little bit. April just wants to get horizontal. That's her deal. I just want to sit down in the car. I'll be fine. And
we were told by the boys that just passed us Voodoo, Rambo, Twinkle Toes, and Baby Trotter.
Our buddies from the
hostel we've been with for a couple days. We've passed them back and forth.
They're all like 25 years old.
Well, Rambo's only 18, 19.
Right, that's right.
But they just passed us, and they said they got stuck at the French Broad River having some beers by the river and going swimming on the way out of Hot Springs.
We will not be doing that. So,
but they just passed us. I was really worried because I thought they'd pass us sooner. But they said, girls, you've got straight downhill all the way to the car. So we're looking forward to that. Talk to you soon. I hate this shit. At least this is sturdier than the one at 40. just such high steps. Hello. So we are car camping again out of the hostel, and we drove up to Jones Meadows, which is like 297.8, and we're going to hike southbound 8 miles tomorrow morning and try and beat the rain that's expected at 1 or 2 o'clock. We are going to have a 3,300 foot descent in the morning.
Correct.
Yeah. And so we know that we don't want to be in the rain going down that. It'll be like a mudslide, right? So, we didn't eat dinner, but we ate a big breakfast. It put us on the trail late. And so we didn't get in till late. And we got our wipes bath and got up here. There's no one here. It's not even well known that there's a great trail up here. And, we didn't get to see sunset because the mountain was in the way, but it was really beautiful. So sorry. So let's talk about why we're doing this. We decided we wanted to car camp, and there's a 20-mile section between Allen Gap and Devil's Fort Gap it starts at 2,200 foot elevation all the way up to 4,550, and that's Big Fire Skull, the mile 300. And it's a gorgeous hike, but we would have to hike up that, go past it, and camp out overnight and do 10 miles a day. And we decided that if there was a way we could break it up, we'd try. And no one ever talks about Jones Meadows. It's on Gut Hook, but we just decided that if we could do it, we'd do it. So we went after our hike today. We came up here with the Prius so we could sleep, and we are less than 1/10 of a mile off trail in an area that has cell towers and then a beautiful meadow that has hiking trails that aren't the AT. And so we're going to get up in the morning, get dressed, drive down to the trail head, which is like 0.5 down the little park area. This was a more level spot. Jump on the trail and head south that 8 miles and try to beat out the rain. When we get down there, we're hoping to grab the truck, come back up and get the car, and we're thinking we're probably going to go home. Our dog sitter, house sitter was my Aunt Blanche, and
Thanks, Aunt Blanche.
Yeah, thanks, Aunt Blanche. We've had fun, and we knew our babies were in good hands. And she leaves, and our cousin Tara comes in tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Sunday. So they exchange the same day, and we thought it'd be nice if we were there when Tara gets there, so we can make sure everything's good, and then we'll leave that night to get back out on trail so that we don't miss but Sunday hiking. So we'll keep you up to speed. We just wanted to say good night. We were tired. I have to say today's section was one of the worst sections we've had in a long time.
I wouldn't say worse. It was incredibly challenging. It had a lot of long ups.
Yeah.
And then when we started down into the gap to get the car, it was pretty steep, and because we'd been caught in the rain, the trail was muddy. So
just a little, yeah.
It slowed us down a little bit, just trying to be cautious and, not slip and fall. But it was. I think
the biggest roller coaster we've had. We had a lot of ups and a lot of downs.
We did.
And the ups were sometimes like 1.5 miles.
Yes.
So it just didn't stop. And, we normally have 1 or 2 ups and then a lot of downs and a little roller coasters. But today was challenging. And we got to see a lot of our buddies that we've been hiking with or hostels at. And that's always fun seeing them, because when you go southbound, you see more people.
That's the fun part of southbound, because going northbound, everybody is either ahead of us or they pass us while we're on it. But going southbound, we see everybody.
We crisscross.
Yeah, we see everybody.
So, hope you have a good night. Hope that the video
By the way, if you're gonna come up here and scare us, scratching on the windows and stuff, this video will upload about 4 or 5 days from now. We will be long gone, so don't bother.
I'll tell you right now, we have really nice mesh screens, and someday maybe I'll show you our mesh screens to black out the car, and they're really nice, but you know, we were like, we're not going to eat here, we're not going to get food out, I don't want animals to smell any food, we're tired, we're going to get to sleep and try to get out of here by 7:30 in the morning. Sunrise is at 7?
7:04.
So hopefully we'll have a beautiful sunrise. I don't know if we'll see it from where we're at because there's trees in front of the car on that side. But I'm rambling now, so let's go ahead and go to bed, and we will talk to you later.
Bye, guys.